First pitch to Reyes. It's swung on and belted deep to left. Wow, back at the track. It's over his head and off the wall. Romy Gonzalez is going to score. Michael Burns is going to be held up at third base. Reyes in standing to second with a 2-out RBI double. A 1-2 count to Starajewski. It's blooped into left. Hunter Tackett's on the full sprint, lays out, and he made the catch. The 8-hole hitter Jung, who's 0 for 2 up, and he lines a shot into right. The right fielder ranges all the way over, and Tackett makes a diving catch, throws it into first. They're going to double up Gray. It's a double play, a 9-3 twin killer. And welcome back into Marklight Field here. Bottom of the second, about to get started. It'll be Romy Gonzalez, Michael Burns, and Danny Reyes due up for the Hurricanes as they look to crack open the scoring in this one. Still a 0-0 game, and it's something we touched on in before this game started. But Miami hasn't finished the year below 500 since 1957. They're 7 games below 500 right now, with 11 left, which means they're going to have to go 9-2 down this final stretch just to finish at that 500 mark. Lofty goals, but you have to start with a sweep of this Bethune-Cookman team. The one advantage for Miami in that situation is Bethune-Cookman. Then you've got at Virginia Tech and Boston College, 2 of the lower teams in the ACC. So you have the opportunity to do so, but you're going to need to play well down the stretch. And this series is an opportunity to sort of kickstart everything for the Hurricanes. Romy hits a shot, but it's right at Eddie, the second baseman, who catches it for out number 1. Nice piece of hitting there by Romy. Just unfortunate placement. And, yeah, I mean, they play some really weak opponents, and for a team that has the number 1 strength of schedule entering tonight in all of college baseball, it's got to be a huge relief for them. They're playing lower quality opponents. They can, rally a bunch of wins together. This team could have a lot of confidence, and we've talked about they have the pitchers to make a run in the ACC tournament. It's just a matter of what offense decides to show up. First pitch to Michael Burns, catches the outside corner for strike 1. Yeah, Michael Burns, one of those Hurricanes hitters that just is very consistent. As we said, started all 44 games now for the Hurricanes, 256, 40 hits, no home runs, 18 RBIs, 7 doubles, on-base percentage of .366. Just a very consistent guy for the Hurricanes. Finds a way every game to get on base, whether it's a walk, reaches on an error, just seems to find himself on base at least once a game. Quickly finds himself 0-2, taking 2 strikes. And now Norris winds and fires, and it's a weakly hit ground ball to third base. Stacy's going to have to come all the way in and charge it, not even able to make a throw. Michael Burns reaches with an infield single. That's legitimately what I said. He finds a way on base somehow. Just tops a ball in between the pitcher and the third baseman. Neither of them have a play on it, and Burns just hustling down the first base line, no throw. And now Miami with a runner on first and 1 out on a very a play a ball that had no chance of going anywhere, and Burns turns it into a hit. Probably hit that ball 60 feet, just perfectly in between, far enough away from Norris that he wasn't able to field it. Stacy playing back with 2 strikes, has to charge all the way in. Not a chance of getting the speedy Michael Burns. And the first pitch to Danny Reyes misses inside. Yeah, so the Canes have their first base runner of the night in the form of Michael Burns on a infield single with 1 out in the second. Yeah, and you bring the power of Danny Reyes to the plate. 3 home runs for the junior, who's hitting .250 after that blazing start in that first 3-game series against Rutgers. Obviously had that injury and has since sort of slowly acclimated himself back to the lineup. So we'll see, but he has the ability to go deep on any pitch that he sees. And so if he can just find one that he can drive out into a gap, Miami may be able to take the lead here early. He's ahead the count 2-0. Trying to pick out his pitch here. He's hitting .250 on the season. But as you said, a guy who has as much pop at the plate as anybody else. Takes a fastball right there, though, for a strike, and it's 2-1. Michael Burns has 6 stolen bases on the year in 9 attempts. Guy with a lot of speed over there that should Reyes get out and not advance the runner. You might try to see Michael Burns steal with 2 outs. There's the first move over to first from Norris. But Burns is in there safely. Miami in the all-whites today with the orange trim. Bethune-Cookman with the black and yellow tops with the gray pants. Michael Burns, first Hurricane to get their jersey dirty with that slide back into first. Fastball way outside. Catcher DeBonis throws over to first to try to backpick Burns, but he's in there easily, and it's 3-1 to Reyes. And it looked like Norris just tried to overthrow a fastball there, missing way outside. Yeah, and there's an opportunity for Miami. The 3-1 count on Ray. You have Burns on first. You don't need to swing here. We'll see if he has the green light, but you could take an opportunity and go runners on first and second.
Reyes skies one out into right, but Corbin looked to be camped under, but he misread it. Charges all the way in. He's not going to be able to get there, and it bloops in for a single. Burns gets the second. Reyes gets the first, and with all of the wind just pouring in from right field, it looked like Corbin just severely misread that. What would have been a routine fly ball. Got a late break, sprints all the way in. He wasn't even able to lay out for it. Drops about 10 feet in front of him.
Yeah, and I would say you would call that a hurricane gust of wind blew that ball just about 90 feet towards us. The first baseman, Rodriguez, had to stay in because if he goes out, he has an opportunity to catch that. But because they're runner on first, he has to stay in to protect in case he catches it to throw back in. And now Miami with runners on first and second and one out, trying to create an opportunity to score early.
Clunan takes a pitch that just misses outside. Righty-lefty matchup between Norris and Clunan. And that's just going to tell you how hard it's going to be to hit a ball out of, hit a ball over the wall and right tonight with all of that wind coming in. If you go to left field, though, it should travel well tonight. 1-0 pitch to Clunan. Swings and misses. Hit an 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
And Clunan on that swing is looking to go out to right field. A big hack and a miss there by the freshman, hitting .254 on the season. No home runs, 5 RBIs. Be a nice spot here for him to pick up maybe his 6th, even his 7th RBI if he can put one out into one of the gaps.
A guy who strikes out in exactly 1/3 of his at-bats this season. That pitch misses inside, and it's 2-1. Clunan had that, I believe, golden sombrero night at FIU when both of us were on the call when he had 4 strikeouts. Was benched for a while, but has found his way back into the starting lineup and up for a key spot here for Miami in the second. 1 out, 2 on in a 0-0 game. And he skies this one out of play over towards Santa Mauro. 2-2 count.
Yeah, that's a good swing there by Clunan. On the ball there just a little bit late. If he times it up a little better, he might have one out to left or right center field. And that's, right now Miami just looking to continue this momentum. You've got a couple of sort of hits on questionable plays, but you found your way with the runners on first and second. You strike out a lot in these situations. Just put the ball in play. See if you can force the defense to create something as this wind picks up once again here at Mark Life Field.
2-2 pitch. Clunan hits a ground ball, and it's going to get through the right side and into right field. Corbin charging, throws it all the way to home, but they're going to keep Michael Burns at third base. And I don't think it might have been the right call. A strong arm out there by the right fielder, Corbin, but Burns gets the third. Reyes gets the second. Clunan reaches on a ground ball single through the right side, and the bases are loaded with 1 out for Hunter Tackett.
Yeah, now if you're Miami, just take a run. Hunter Tackett, he's got the ability to drive the ball to the outfield. Michael Burns with a lot of speed. Just take a sac fly. Don't need to hit a home run. You don't need to be up 4-0. Take a 1-0 lead. You haven't led a lot in ball games this year. This is an opportunity to take a lead. Let your pitcher, who's coming off one of his best performances of his career, come back in with a lead and try to dominate this game.
It was like we're going to have a meeting at the mound for Bethune-Cookman. And this Miami team this year just really has not had the success via the long ball. They've had to play small ball, which they've always done under Jim Morris, but it seems like more this year than any year.
Yeah, more the last couple of years.
Yeah, but, this year with just the lack of offense, the lack of home runs, and this inning, you get a 65-foot single from Michael Burns, a pop-up that just moves so much with the wind and fools the right fielder, makes Danny Reyes get a single, and then Clunan does a nice job with 2 strikes, hitting just another ground ball base hit, though. Now the bases are loaded.
Yeah, and Hunter Tackett up at the plate, someone who hasn't had a lot of opportunities this season for Miami. 31 games he's played in, hitting .232, no home runs, 12 RBIs, but we know he has the pop in his bat. Well known for his defense, but it would be a big spot here. If all he has to do is drive ball to the outfield, just if he can get the ball out of the infield, Miami most likely will score a run. And now Miami, really just would love to take a lead here early as Jason Bell, the pitching coach, finishes up talking with the infield and starter Tyler Norris, and now an opportunity for Hunter Tackett, who this season has not had an at-bat with the bases loaded. So his first at-bat with the bases loaded is hitting .310 with runners in scoring position.
Big chance here to try to get the Canes on the board and take the lead. First pitch to Tackett is a fastball that misses up and in. And when we were talking to the Bethune-Cookman radio guy before the game, he was talking about how this pitching staff, really the starters have been, better than advertised this year, but it's been those middle relievers that have really struggled for this team. So it'd be great if Miami could get to their bullpen early and try to make Norris throw a lot of pitches here in the second. That ball's fouled out of play, and it's 1-1 to Tackett.
Yeah, right now for the Hurricanes, I said the bases loaded, something they don't see all that often. And Hunter Tackett has been up in situations like this before, a senior, one of the experienced guys in Miami's life. He knows what he needs to do, but he doesn't even need to get a hit. He can take a walk, drive a ball to the outfield, take a sac fly, just find a way.
Line shot into left field, but it's right at Lau, who makes the catch on the run, and he's going to fire it into home. Burns makes the slide, and the catcher can't hang on to the ball. Burns dives back to home plate. He hadn't touched it before. Umpire calls safe. Canes on the board. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Reyes moves to third. Clunan moves to second. And it's going to go down as a sac fly for Hunter Tackett.
Exactly what I said. That was actually a very well hit ball by Hunter Tackett. Maybe a questionable call to
beautiful
send
throw.
Burns. It was a gorgeous throw by Lau on a sinking ball, sort of tailing her way towards the left field line. And just DeBonis unable to hold on to it. And Burns, being the experienced base runner he is, touches for home plate again. And now Miami has an opportunity. If Raymond Gill can find a way to get a hit, to put at least one more, if not two, on the board. But an early lead for the Hurricanes. Opportunity to just have a lead, something they don't do in a lot of ball games.
Gill fouls that one off to start this at bat. And a very fortunate event there that the catcher, DeBonis, was unable to hang on to that ball. It was a great slide by Burns going inside to try to avoid the tag. But catcher didn't have the ball, and Burns didn't hit the plate. No call from the umpire. Burns, nice heads up going back to touch home plate. Very dramatic start to this one, as Gill fouls that one off the plate, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, and right now, if you're Raymond Gill, just if you can find a way to put something in, just find a way to get a hit. Miami could really love to be up more than one run, but just having the lead, something as I said, Miami hasn't done a ton this season. So having that 1-0 lead and having an opportunity to just give Jeb Barfeld some run support, something he didn't have last week, losing 2-0. He'll be a lot happier going back out to that mound and see if he can just come back in and throw a nice 1-2-3 inning. But Raymond Gill here an opportunity to really put a punch on this inning, put a stamp on it, and see if Miami can score two more.
Yeah, what a relief it'll be for Jeb to go out there with the lead. Maybe it'll even feel a little weird. But Raymond Gill, 39 strikeouts and just 87 at-bats, and he's down in the count 0-2 here. You got to just shorten up and try to put a ball in play here. 0-2 pitch right there, called strike 3 on the outer edge. But the Canes strike first. They score one on a sac fly from Hunter Tackett here in the second. And they lead Bethune-Cookman headed into the third inning, 1-0.
My name